Hey, what's up guys? Cam here, and today I'm coming at you from San Diego, California, and on today's episode we're going to talk about esports and whether or not you should pursue pro gaming. Now, this is a question that I got at Union College in Lincoln, Nebraska, where I spoke last week, and it's actually a question I get kind of often, so I thought I would touch on this today. The first thing that I want to say is if you're gaming or you're watching this and gaming is having a negative impact on your life, then regardless of anything else, you should definitely take a break. And what I recommend is the 90-day detox. So you can check other videos on my channel for information on that, but if gaming is having a negative impact on your life, pursuing pro gaming is not a good idea and you should fix that first. So for me, part one is all about just what do I think about esports in general. And for me, I mean, there's nothing wrong with esports. I think esports is going to be absolutely huge. It's already becoming huge and it's growing year after year. It's going to be really big. So esports in general, I got no problem with it. Now, whether or not you should pursue pro gaming, I think is a totally different question. And for me, it's really important for me to first say that, I'll never be the person that will tell you to not pursue your dreams. Growing up, I played hockey. I was a AAA hockey player, which in Canada was essentially, like, for my age group, like the top level you could play. And I went really far with hockey, but I also didn't even come close to the NHL. So although I came really far and I worked really hard, I didn't even come close. And today I have certain friends that I grew up playing with and playing against who are now in the NHL. And I know there's clear differences between why they made it and why I didn't. And it wasn't necessarily talent, it was work ethic. During the summers, they were training, they were working hard, they were, eating really well. They were doing all of the things that you need to do in order to succeed, whereas I was gaming all day long. So, although we might have been playing in the same league and we had similar talents, they were doing what it took to actually get to that point. So for me, the first thing is I'll never tell you to not pursue your dreams. The truth is that your chance of becoming a pro gamer or your chance of making the NBA or your chance of making the NHL is essentially almost exactly 0%. You virtually have absolutely no chance. Now, I am not the person that will ever suggest for you to not pursue it, but you also just want to know the truth. So the truth is you virtually have it's like a 0.03 or less % chance of making the NBA, for example. Now, the number of basketball players in the US compared to League of Legends players, League has twice the amount of gamers, so you can just kind of look at those percentages and see that, yeah, you basically have no chance. Now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't pursue it if gaming is having a positive impact on your life, but you want to know that the statistical chance of you making it is so low that you have to do everything else right. And everything else is making sure your diet is amazing, making sure your mindsets are amazing, making sure that your energy and your performance is amazing. There are so many elements outside of gaming itself, just like there are so many elements outside of hockey, like it was for me, that you need to have absolutely perfect to give yourself the best chance possible to be one of those less than 1% that will end up making it. So if you're watching this and you're justifying all of your gameplay because you're trying to become a pro gamer, and yet you're not sleeping very well, you're skipping class, you're not showering, you're not eating very well, your mindsets are very poor, and you're using that all to justify why you should game because, hey, you're trying to become a pro gamer, you're kind of full of shit. And that's coming from someone who made it decently far in a sport in Canada especially that is highly, highly competitive. And although it's easy for me to say, they got lucky or whatever, the truth is that they were doing what it took every single day to get to where they wanted to be, which was the NHL. And I was dropping out of high school and playing video games all day long instead. So truth hurts, but that's the way it is. So the first thing is esports definitely going to be huge. Now, if gaming's having a negative impact on your life, I wouldn't recommend playing it. And if you are trying to pursue pro gaming, but you're not paying attention to every other area of your life and making sure it's just as good, then you're kind of fooling yourself. So that's what I think about esports and pro gaming in general. On GameCores.com, there's a really great article by Ben Brewer, who actually became a pro gamer and then came to a conclusion that, you know, his life wasn't in a very good place, and he ended up quitting, and he shared that story on GameCores.com. So you can go there and check that out. I think because he actually made pro gaming, he has a really good perspective, and I hope that helps you guys out. If it does, hit subscribe, hit thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Do you think esports is going to be huge? What about pro gaming? Let me know what you think. Love to hear from you guys. And if you're not following me on Snapchat, go follow me on Snapchat, where I post a lot of behind the scenes, especially now that I'm traveling and speaking a lot more. That stuff is going to be more on my Snapchat than on my YouTube channel. So go follow me on Snapchat, and I hope you guys are having a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.